Hello and welcome to another brand new video. If you're new to the channel, my name is Jeroen Mul. I'm a professional racing driver working and racing for Lamborghini, doing all sorts of cool stuff with supercars. And in today's video, I'm gonna tell you another story of a time when I got to drive a crazy car. And today's story is about the Koenigsegg Agera R, the hypercar from Sweden, which a few years ago I got to drive through the streets of Monaco. Now, before I get into the story, I want to ask you guys, if you have already subscribed, check out also the rest of my videos, because there's plenty of cool stuff around here about racing, about beautiful cars, mainly Lamborghinis, obviously. And there's definitely going to be a lot more videos coming. So please subscribe now before watching the rest of the video. And let's get into it. So yes, back in 2014, I just started racing with Lamborghini. I competed in the European Lamborghini Super Trofeo Championship. If you want to hear the full story about my career and how I got into the position where I am right now, check the link here in the top, because I already made a video about that as well. But anyway, in 2014, I started racing with Lamborghini in the Lamborghini Super Trofeo Championship with the Gallardo Lamborghini Super Trofeo racing car. And I did this with Team Leipert Motorsport from Germany. They first invited me to come and race for them during the 24 hours of Dubai in January of 2014, which kickstarted my career with Lamborghini in the first place. But then during that 2014 season, they ran my car and helped me compete in the Lamborghini Super Trofeo Championship. And my teammate at that time in that team was a woman named Carina Lima. Maybe some of you guys that are really car crazy and are following multiple Instagram accounts have seen her before, but Carina is a very cool woman from Portugal that has a crazy car collection and has a passion for cars and racing them as well. And she competed in the AM class, whereas I was competing in the Pro class during that championship. So naturally, during that year, as I was one of the front runners, I was also helping her out, trying to help her improve, get faster. She could use my data to overlay, and I really tried to coach her as much as possible. So we really got a really cool connection during that year. And somewhat halfway throughout the season, we were at the race in Silverstone. And this is where this entire story starts. Because then when we were there, she was on her phone at one time, emailing back and forth. She's in the process of buying a new car. So I was like, all right, what kind of car is this? She's like, yeah, it's this crazy Swedish thing. It's called a Koenigsegg or something. I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce it. And me being a car guy and crazy about cars, obviously knew immediately what she was talking about. And I was like, really? Are you really going to buy a Koenigsegg? She said, yes. I'm currently in the process of buying an Agera R. I saw it on the internet. I fell in love with it. I immediately reached out to them. And apparently they have one car that just came back from their showroom in New York that is up for sale. Otherwise, I have to order a new one. It's going to take way too long. I want this car right now, so I'm currently full on in the process of buying it. The only thing is that I want to go and see it. So in about 2 weeks time, I'm going to go to the factory in Sweden to check out the car and see if this is really the spec that I want. So I immediately was absolutely blown away by this entire idea of her actually buying a Koenigsegg. And she then very graciously invited me along to come with her to the factory 2 weeks after to go and check out her brand new car that she was most likely going to buy. So already this was a crazy experience. We flew out to Sweden, got the full VIP treatment, got a tour around their phenomenal factory, and seeing everything being built by hand. I only knew the Lamborghini factory at that time, which is also a very hands-on and a hand-built factory, but Koenigsegg is again obviously on another level, as it's way more exclusive, way more limited, and therefore also way more expensive. So definitely in a different league to Lamborghini, the Lamborghini being already so incredibly impressive. But anyway, we were there in Ängelholm in Sweden checking out these cars, the factory, the plant, and the next day we went out to their famous runway to actually drive the car. So this was already the first time that I actually got to drive her Koenigsegg Agera R, beautifully in black paint with a bare carbon stripe over the middle, Koenigsegg's signature carbon fiber wheels, and just this experience was already incredible. But driving a car on a track or on a wide runway like that is cool to try and see what the car is capable of. But in a way, you kind of lose the sense of perspective because everything is so wide. Obviously, you feel the acceleration and you see the numbers in front of you. But because there is not really a reference on a runway like that, the experience kind of fades quite quickly, or at least you get used to those speeds very quickly. And it's only when you start comparing it on site with a regularly fast car, not a hypercar with over 1,000 horsepower like this Agera R, when you really start to feel how crazy this is. But I was obviously already impressed, and it was just a short time that we got to drive the car. Now fast forward about a year to August of that next year, August 2015, I was on my summer vacation break and I was in the south of France with a couple of friends, and we decided to also go to Monaco and spend a few days there. And I knew that she was there as well in Monaco during that same period, so I texted her asking, hey, are you around? Do you want to meet up and maybe grab some drinks sometime? So me and my friends had a lovely day during the day, go to Sas Cafe in Monaco during that night, and at one point we hear this rumble. And a Koenigsegg Agera R rolls up, Carina exits together with her cousin, and in amazing style, obviously. I mean, you never expect, or you never really see a car like that driving on the road, let alone arrive at a bar, restaurant, and two women stepping out of it. So it was incredible to see, an incredible sight, and obviously drew a lot of attention. The valet then took away her car, and we had a lovely evening. We then also had another look at the car. I showed it to my friends. Obviously, I already knew it, but a car like that is so special that you always want to get up close with it. And whenever you get the opportunity to actually sit in it, it is very, very special. Set to meet again the next day at the beach hotel where she was staying. And when we arrived there, at one point Carina actually said to me, you know what, do you want to do me a favor maybe? It's like, sure, whatever you need. She said, well, could you maybe take out my car, my Koenigsegg, drive it around for a little bit, an hour or so, I don't know, just, you know, around the Formula One racetrack, there's just those roads, and then park it up in front of the casino, leave it there for maybe an hour, and then bring it back to the hotel for me. I'm like, well, sure, but why do you need this? Why do you need me to do this? Well, she said, well, obviously I love to drive the car, but during the day it's only stop-start traffic here in Monaco, so I'd rather spend my day at the beach. And at night I take the car out. But there are so many car spotters and fans of my Instagram account that DM me and ask me if they can please see the car in daylight, that I want to give them that opportunity. And I thought maybe you'd like to take out the car and enjoy it as well, and then do me that favor as well. Well, obviously I didn't have to think long about that opportunity. So me and my friend jumped into her Koenigsegg Agera R during the day in Monaco, fired it up, drove it all the way from the Monte Carlo Beach Club at the far end of Monaco, through the Formula One track, through the tunnel, around, obviously also in traffic, but I mean, come on, when you get the opportunity to drive a Koenigsegg, you take it, and especially driving it around Monaco. I mean, there are so many supercars around, but you're the only Koenigsegg probably there, and the attention that we drew was just incredible. We pulled up to the casino. Obviously, many cars already parked there, but they just parked it right dead center in the middle of the staircase. I believe it was even on the pedestrian crossing where they actually parked it. And we left it there for a minute, and immediately people started swarming around and taking pictures left, right, and center. And I don't know, it just felt so unreal to then at the end, after we just walked around a little bit as well, to go back there and ask the valet for the keys of the Koenigsegg, and then drive away with it again, do another pull through the tunnel as we had to do that, and the noise of that V8 with the turbos, incredible, out of this world, as this car was just out of this world. brought it back safely to the Monte Carlo Beach Club. And I can still, every time I think back of it, the photos and videos that you see now here are always in my favorites in my phone, and I have to go through them sometimes, and it is still one of the best stories that I have with cars, with my friends, and it always comes up. But it was a unique experience, and I can't thank Carina enough for trusting me with her, I believe it was 1.6 million euro before tax, Koenigsegg Agera R. Incredible. I mean, the car is extremely raw. The engine is bolted directly to the carbon fiber tub. It's definitely not the most refined, but it is really cool to experience a car, to be able to experience a car like that. She's definitely a very big fan and ambassador of the brand, now having owned also, or I think she still has, a Koenigsegg 121 as well, and a Regera. Big thanks to Carina to letting me drive her car and also letting me tell this story about driving the car. I hope you enjoyed it. Please, if you enjoyed the video, give this video a thumbs up. Give Carina a follow as well if you don't do that already, because her Instagram account is just absolutely crazy and really, really cool. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't done so already to see more of these videos. Let me know if there's any other cool things that you want me to tell you guys, and I hope to see you guys very, very soon again.